Hiya Lego Lovelies, and in today's video we are going to be rating and reviewing these sets. I'm still in this t-shirt because it's the same day, so let's get through the intro so we can get through this video. Today we are going to be reviewing and rating the 3 Ahsoka sets that came out on September 1st. I've built them all today, which is why I'm still in this t-shirt. It is now dark outside, it's quite late. So we're going to get through this video, review them all. I'm going to rate them on a scale of 1 to 5 across 5 categories. Those categories being price, build experience, playability, unique qualities, and something I'm just going to throw in for myself, which is called the MAD-FAB Factor. Okay? My own little thing, my own little spin, my own little taste that I'm going to put in, my own little rating that it's just for me, from my personal experience. Then once all the ratings are done and tallied, we will then be awarding one of these sets with the Kyber crystal, which is the top rating. We will be awarding one of the sets with the Beskar armor, which will be the mid-range. And then we will be awarding one of these sets the Carbonite award, which will be the bottom award, but still, to be fair, all these sets are pretty brilliant, so even Carbonite, it's a killer. So sticking to the build order from the last video, we are going to start with this set over here, followed by the T6, and finishing on the Ghost. So let's get into the review on the fighters. Okay, so here's a quick overview, a reminder of what this set is. This is set 75364. This is the New Republic E-Wing fighter versus Shin Hati's Starfighter. Retails at $94.99, contains 1,056 pieces, and has 5 minifigs. The minifigs included in this set are Morgan Elsbeth, Balin Skull, Shin Hati, Captain Porter, and the New Republic Astromech droid. So, first off, talking about price. At £94.99 with 1,056 pieces, the actual price per piece works out to be, rounded up to the nearest penny, 9 pence per piece, which is actually not really that bad for a licensed set. And also, when you think about it, you're actually getting 2 fighters for less than £100, which again is not really a bad price. And they are also 2 substantial fighters. It's not like one is dominant over the other. They're actually quite equally built. There is slightly more pieces in this one than this one. I believe there was one more bag for the E-Wing than there was for the Shin Hati's fighter, but I'd say build-wise, they're both solid builds, decent size, quality, yeah. So for $94.99, I actually don't think that's a bad price, to be honest. And also getting 5 minifigs in that as well is not too bad. Out of the 3 sets, this is the middle price, so it's the mid-priced one out of the 3 sets. So on a pricing range, I think out of 5, I think I would actually give this a good 4 out of 5. Again, for a licensed Lego set, 9 pence per piece is really not that bad. So yeah, so I think for pricing wise, we're going to give this a 4. So the build experience on this set was actually quite good. There's not really too much technique. There is a little bit. There's some in the underside of this ship here. Ooh, dropped a piece. For the positioning of the wings. But generally, most of the ship is brick built. And pretty much almost all of Shin Hati ship is also brick built. So the building experience was really, really good. One thing I will say is sticker placement, I think, is quite important. On the wings here, I think you really want this sticker to be as close to this edge as you can. You don't really want to... Personally, I wouldn't want to see a slim red slither there. Probably not as bad on this wing, but personally, I know that when I place the stickers, I actually put the pieces on first and then place the stickers afterwards. I think also here on the side, you really want to watch where you're putting your stickers. I think you probably would like to have it quite close to the top and as close to the front as possible, as I do believe that this red is the colour that's supposed to be matching this now painted flaked paint on the panel here, illustrated by the sticker with the grey underneath. So I know Lego standard is to put the sticker pretty much centre of the piece, but personal preference, I think you should I would put it closer to the edges, again, just to try and minimise that grey gap there. The stickers on the E-wing, however, don't actually matter too much. I would say you maybe could have put... I could have put this sticker on the wings close to the edge to kind of get rid of that white line there, but you're going to have a white line at the front and the back regardless, and to be honest, the whole white and blue striping through it doesn't really affect that too much. The other stickers on this set, they're just centered pretty much because they're just white on white, so yeah. What I did find interesting is the both cockpits are printed, so they're not stickers. That's a good thing. Is the console piece for Shin Hati Starfighter, that is a sticker on a wedge, whereas in the E-wing, the console piece, that is actually a print, not a sticker. So I find that kind of interesting that they chose to print one and then put a sticker for the other one. I mean, if you can print the one, why not just print both, to be honest? I don't know, but it's not my choice. So, yeah. Yeah, so a build experience, great. Obviously, there's a bit of mirroring in both the wings, but you're going to get that with any kind of aircraft. These parts here remind me of the kind of vulture droid. Vulture droid wings that you get in the old Clone Wars sets. Yeah, and this part, the engine here is a really nice build, actually. A few Technic pins just holding these on, but a very clever use of a 3-way pin, and then another one on top, which is at a slightly different angle. Yes, that was quite nice there. But yeah, so they are solid builds, though. Very playable, very swooshable. I don't think, anything's really going to fall off them if you were playing with them. Also, if you're playing with this one, the landing gear does move up out the way, so you can swoosh it around. So, which, yeah. Ooh. So excellent builds, both of these. A unique feature of this set is that this Shin Hati's fighter comes in 4 bags. The E-wing comes in 5 bags. So if you have another person, you could actually build this set together. There's 2 separate manuals, and yeah, so this is a really nice set for couples to build together if they wish, or 2 children or whatever. So yeah, so I think the whole build experience for this is a really, really good one. And again, it'd be ideal if you're a couple or if you have 2 people who want to build at the same time. Great option for those. Right, so overall build, wasn't too complicated. I think I'm going to give it, because of the unique wings on this one and the unique, I'm going to give it a 4 again. I think I'm going to give the build experience for these two a 4 out of 5, which is excellent. A third category we're going into is playability, and leading on directly from the fact that this is an excellent build experience for 2 people, it's actually an excellent play experience for 2 people. Going directly from the build, you actually, you have 2 ships, so you have play for multiple people. If you've got more than one child, this one set would suit both of them. I can just see kids swooshing around the house, one running around with this one, the other kid chasing them with this one, shooting. Both of them have stud shooters, so you'll be finding them all over the floor. They do have spare studs in the set for both of them. This one shoots red ones, this one shoots green ones, just like in the films. So I think the fact that there's 2 ships is excellent for multiplayer experience, to use a gaming term. Another feature of both these ships, beyond the stud shooters, is that they both have compartments for storing things. So we have a compartment for storing Shin Hati's lightsaber. It just clips straight in there. And then, oh, it's not here. If we take off this section here, we actually have a compartment to store something. But then also, underneath the compartment, there is a second hidden compartment for smuggling or whatever Shin's up to. So, an excellent little hidden play feature in that set right there. And with the E-Wing, you also have you have a place for your droid, and your pilot will sit here, and then you also have a compartment under the pilot seat for your pistols. So the pilot can put his pistols in there. Ooh. There we go. When playing with the E-Wing, you also have fold-away landing gear, which is nice. Because what they could have done is they could have just put a little piece on the front, and then you could have potentially used the wings as a landing piece. But no, they've included full fold-away landing gear for this set, which is a nice touch, because there are a lot of aircraft or spaceship sets out there that do not have specific landing gear. For example, this one doesn't have specific landing gear; it just has these rounded bottom pieces, so it can sit flat. So for playability, based on the fact that there is 2 separate ships, which is great if you have more than one child, or you are more than one person wanting to play with these sets, that is great. There are 5 minifigs, which is a great selection. That is also one of the unique features, is across the board in all these sets, you're going to have figs that are only in these sets. At the moment, no figures cross over. So it's quite a nice touch to these sets at the moment. As we say, we don't know what other sets might be coming down the pipeline in the future, in which case you might get multiple multiple runs of figures through those other sets. But at the moment, as of today, you do get unique figures per set, so that's quite nice. So based on playability, I will say that this set gets a 3 out of 5. Even though there are 2 ships, they pretty much have the same features, and they both have stud shooters, they both have some hidden compartments, and they both fit minifigs and a droid in this one. So I think playability, we're going to stick with 3. It's not too many play features, but it's enough for these starships. So moving on to unique features. Obviously, one of the unique features that we have in this set is the fact that you can build at the same time 2 separate pieces of the set. So that is a really nice unique feature. As I've just commented, you do get unique minifigures per set, so that's going to be across the board. Some minifigures are going to be more in demand than others, but I do have to say that having Morgan Elsbeth in this, who we now know is one of the big bads, as well as the other 2 quite serious bad guys, is all in this one set, is gonna push sales. I think these 3 here in particular are gonna be what sells these sets. This is a great character. Balin is a brilliant character in the TV show. So is Shin Hati, actually. I mean, you can't knock them. They're doing really good. Like the show so far. As of now, there's been 4 episodes, so these are great characters from the series so far. We don't really know anything about these 2 characters on the end, and we haven't really seen, I don't think, an actual E-Wing in the show either, as of yet. But that is actually a unique feature. I don't think, and I might be wrong, but I don't think we've actually had a proper E-Wing build before. So, I mean, obviously the Shin Hati Starfighter is a new fighter. It has some features which look similar to previous ones. For example, this looks like it could have been on a pod racer at some point. These, as I've said, look a little bit like Vulture Droid wing ends. But overall, and then you kind of got an N95 kind of shape to it. But overall, I mean, it is still a new fighter technically. So there's that. And as I say, I don't think there's actually been an E-Wing before. And these angles on these wings are just really, really nice. So I think this is a really good set for some quite unique features. So I do have to say, I think on the unique features set, on the unique features category, I am going to have to give this a whole a 4 again. So it's doing quite strong, actually. This set is doing very, very well. Now for the MAD-FAB Factor. Personally, what do I think? I really like it. I will definitely be having these sets out on display. As an adult fan of Lego, there were some nice build choices put into these. Nice part usage. Not too many stickers. Actually, I think it's the least number of stickers out of the 3 sets, if I'm not wrong. Oh no, tell a lie. The T9 might not have as many stickers, but yeah, not too many stickers. Some great build features. They look great. They're solid builds. So for me, my personal rating, my MAD-FAB rating of it is going to be, again, maybe I think a 4 out of 5. I really do like these 2 fighters. And I really like these minifigs. They've got some nice printing. The IKEA droid, as everyone is referring to it, has got printing on the front and on the dome. No back printing, which I think is a miss, because on the other set, Chopper, he does have some back printing. All of the torsos have got back printing. I think they've... Oh, Morgan Elsbeth. Don't know who Mary Elsbeth is. Morgan Elsbeth does not have printing on the skirt. I think that is probably a missed opportunity, considering we have been getting minifigs with this skirt shape that do have printing on. So yeah, I think that's a miss there. But all the minifigs do have a second expression on the face as well. is no arm printing, but the torso printing and the leg printing on where it is available is actually really nice. So again, I'll be putting up I'll show some pictures. Oh, this dude comes with a hairpiece as well. Captain Porter. He comes with a hairpiece. There we go. But again, we don't know who Captain Porter is yet, so he could turn out to be somebody really important, which would make this set even better. But yeah, some nice little prints on the side of his helmet as well. Yeah, so nice set overall, brilliant. So right, so let's tally what we gave this set. So for price, we gave it a 4 out of 5. For the build experience, we gave it a 4 out of 5. So that's 8. For playability, we gave it a 3 out of 5. Due to it having just only 1 or 2 features, not too many features. So that's currently 11 points. For being unique sets, for being a unique part in the 3 sets, we gave it a 4 out of 5. So that's 15. And then I gave it a personal another 4 out of 5. So we've got 19 out of a possible 25, which is actually quite a good, strong start for these sets. So let's see how 19 out of 25 for this set fares against the next set. Right, the second set for review is set 75362. This is the Ahsoka Tano T6 Jedi Shuttle. It retails at $64.99. It has 601 pieces and comes with 4 minifigs. Those minifigs being Ahsoka Tano herself, Sabine Wren, Professor Hu Yang, and Marok. Where's Marok gone? Oh, it's right. No, just kidding. He's still here. So, on about price, this is actually the lowest priced set that we have out of the 3 at $64.99. It is probably the one that is within most people's price range. When you compare it to 601 pieces, it actually doesn't work out as the best price per piece. It is rounded up. It is approximately 11 pence per piece, which makes it slightly more than the previous set, which worked out at 9 pence per piece. One of the things that will drive people to purchase this set over any of the others, not only is the price, but actually the minifigs involved. This set probably has the best minifig selection. You get 2 of the really big main characters, a bad guy in it, and then a droid. Technically a droid, even though he is minifig, but technically a droid. You also get the star of the show. So you can understand why they've priced this one as the lowest one, even with this, and that's why I understand how they potentially downscaled this set based on the previous T6 shuttle to drive sales, to bring that price point down and make it more affordable, to get most of the sales out because it has the main character for the show. So it's quite smart on Lego's part, actually. So taking that into account, really, I mean, the price category, the affordability category for this set has to be a 5 out of 5. For what you're getting a completely unique ship that you don't see very often. I think, as I say, there's only been one set prior to this, which has been built with the T6. You get the main character from the show, and you're also at the lowest price point for all 3 sets. So yeah, so this is definitely a 5 out of 5 in the price category. Moving on to the build. You start the build on the main body, and there is a little bit of technique at the back end, and some definitely around the front. I think this is technically, I don't know if that's technically a Technic, but it has got Technic pins throughout. The build was actually fine, even though the wings was just a mirror, again, which you're going to find throughout the whole of these sets. Any set where you've got planes, symmetrical vehicles are going to have mirrored builds. So it really wasn't that bad. This was the quickest of the builds, obviously with the least number of pieces. This was the quickest build. It wasn't particularly technical, even creating this rotating feature. The build wasn't that difficult, so great for kids to build this set as well. Might need a hand when just putting this bracket on, because these, until you put the bracket on the top and the bottom of the wings are slightly wobbly, and when you first go to put the bracket on the top in the build instructions, the studs might not align correctly, so they might just need a bit of assistance there. But yeah, I mean, overall, it's not overly technical on the build side. It's quite nice. I think this is actually the one that has the least number of stickers. Just trying to remember if that was a sticker part. No, that was a printed part there. Yeah, so you got a couple of stickers on the side here. In the build, it does actually tell you to put the disc on first before putting the sticker on, so that you can make sure you put the sticker on straight and vertical. What it doesn't tell you to do is, with these stickers on the wing, it actually implies that you put the sticker on first and then you place the piece. I actually recommend against that. Put the piece on first, build the red plates around that piece, and then place the sticker. If you watch my build back, you can maybe pause it at that point, and you'll see that I actually had most of the wing built, and then I placed the sticker using the brick separator method of placing the sticker, and you will see in the wings there is very little to no grey lines on those pieces because of the method that I used. Based on the build, I never built the older T6, so I can't compare this to that set. But I know there's been some commentary about the underside of the wing being quite bare and being ugly. If you actually look at any of the other sets and look at the underside of their wings, they're actually very much the same. They don't put a lot of attention to the underside of wings. And even though this is a rotating wing, I can actually understand why, because if you're going to stand it, you're going to stand it like this, right? If you want to display this flying this way, you can rotate the wing. Now, I saw somebody who said on YouTube, who did a review, said, oh, but then if you want to have it turned around and fly it that way, you have the ugly side. Well, not really, because if you're having it this side, you just rotate the wing and have the good side of the wing facing forward. So you can display this both ways, both facing left or right, you know. The only time you would be seeing the underside of the wing was if this was on a table in the center of the table and you had 360-degree view of the ship. So personally, the underside of the wing doesn't offend me too much, I'm not going to lie. There are mods out there already if you do want to put some more plates. I mean, Lego could have put a few red plates in here just to give the image or hint of a reflection of the top side, but I'm not going to cry over it, particularly at £65. I don't think it's a deal breaker, to be honest. So, and as I say, if you want to display it, you're probably going to display it in a cabinet or something where you can display it left or right. And the back side of it is never going to be seen. So, yeah. I do like the fact that this does have landing gear as well. So, because if you don't have it out, it can be a little bit wobbly. But you just pop those feet out at the bottom and it's sturdy. So, that's a nice little touch. So, for the build experience on this one, it was pretty straightforward. It wasn't too technical. There's some nice shaping in it. That is the most unique feature to it, which will go into the unique features part of it. But for the build, I think I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5 on the build. It was good. It was quick, but it was good. And I enjoyed it. So, yeah. Right. Moving on to playability. So, when it comes to play features on this set, obviously, probably one of the biggest play features is the rotating wings. The most unique feature of the set as well, obviously. So, what I will say is if you were a child, you might want to watch the fingers, depending on the age of the child, because it'd be quite easy to get your fingers caught behind these wings. You also want to make sure that the landing gear is tucked away when rotating the wings, because it will catch. But it is solid. I mean, as I say, this bracket holding the wings does hold it very well. So that rattling inside is just the loose pieces, which is another playability feature. There is a little bit of storage, and I do mean a little. So you can open up these little top panels here, and you do have some storage. You've got Hu Yang's spanner. I've put Sabine Wren's lightsaber in there. There is a compartment on the other side. Oh, Sabine Wren's hair is in there as well. There is a compartment for Ahsoka's lightsabers to go in there. This little turret on the back, it's a hint of a turret. Yeah, one of the downsides to the playability on this is because they've scaled it down, I think for the pricing, to get that price point lower, it does mean that you can only fit one minifig in this ship. So even though you get 4 amazing minifigs, only one can fit in here. And I heard somebody saying that Hu Yang has difficulty fitting in there. So let me just take off his backpack, 'cause I'm pretty sure that's going to cause a problem. Take off his extra 2 arms. We'll pop him in and we'll see if his headpiece... Because Ahsoka's headpiece just fits. So let's sit you in. Okay, yeah, it doesn't quite fit properly. So that might just be how I've got him in. Hang on, get in. No, you don't want to go in there, do you? Arms up, feet in. You really don't want to play ball. Yeah, if you have Hu Yang in there, it is so close to not closing. It is literally, it is just lipped here. It is just up. So Hu Yang doesn't actually really fit in the cockpit. And that's a shame, because he does actually fly the ship at some points. So far, so does Sabine, and so does Ahsoka in the series. So... Marok, will we ever see him again? Nobody knows. Yeah. Yeah. So, play features. Yeah, so, only one minifig can fit inside, and even Hu Yang can't fit inside it. But I'm assuming Sabine can, and I know Ahsoka can. I've put her in there before. We do have some stud shooters on the front. And I don't think there's any other play features apart from the stud shooters, the rotation, and a little bit of storage. So, yeah, so play features are okay. This unique feature, I can see a kid, it's like a giant fidget toy. Just playing with this all day. I've been playing with it already. But yeah. It is swooshable though, so it's fun. Yeah, so play features, I think I'm going to give this the same as the last set. I'm going to give this a 3 out of 5. I think the figures will probably be played with as well as the ship, probably a bit more. I like the fact that Sabine does have 2 options. You can kind of go Mandalorian or Jedi with her. So the minifigs in this are brilliant, which will bring us into unique features. So obviously the biggest unique feature, bar the rotating wing, is Ahsoka. Probably the best version of Ahsoka I think we've had. I mean, there's printing all over the legs, including the feet. There's arm printing, there's back printing, front printing. The Leku printing is brilliant. I think it's an absolutely excellent minifig. And I'm glad they've done her justice as obviously the main character from the show. You know, what do they call it? The titular character from the show. You definitely want the minifig to be ace. And in this set, she's not the only one. I mean, Sabine Wren has an excellent looking helmet, printed torso, printed legs, 2 pistols. She also comes with a green lightsaber. She has a purple hair piece as well. 2 faces, I think 2 faces, no face, and obviously the one face. But yeah, printed back as well. I know some people were saying about printed arms, and I do get that. You know, she has, I believe they're called pauldrons, the shoulder pieces, I think. So that, or she could have been given a what do they call it? Neck piece? Is it that what it's referred to? The bit that sits under the head and just goes over the shoulders. I think that could have been done for Sabine, just to give her that extra Mandalorian armor. Marok, great figure. I mean, he's got a big old upper torso piece, neck piece, whatever you want to call it. And he's got shoulder pauldrons. The helmet is blank underneath, so we now know he's green smoke. Leg printing, again, excellent. Body printing, front and back. Piece for his lightsaber to go in. Obviously take the blades out. Yeah, I think the figs in this set are just brilliant, and I think Marok is, even though he didn't last very long, I think he's an excellent character. So, and then Professor Huyang. He's really cool. Obviously, he's got a completely unique molded head, which is fantastic. The printing on him is wonderful. I know some people were saying that maybe instead of a minifig, it should have been like a droid fig. And I understand that, but I actually really like the minifig version of him. It's like C-3PO, you know, you get the minifig version of him. He is humanoid, after all. This little piece on the back, which obviously kind of, I think, represents his other 2 arms that he typically has folded up. You could mod that, I suppose, if you wanted to. You could actually take that tile off and you could put a piece on, a little snot brick with 2 side snots, and then create a couple of droid arms quite simply, actually. Even using I'll show you on the ghost. Using some using the actual B1 droid arms on this, you could potentially make droid arms. So, yeah. But a great fig. The figure selection is brilliant. So, for unique features, the figure selection on this just sells this set. In fact, I didn't actually go into it, but for Ahsoka, I've actually got an Ahsoka from the last series of Clone Wars. This is the Ahsoka from the Ahsoka versus Darth Maul set on Mandalore. As you can see, the Leku on this piece is much longer. That is how it was in the animated series. At this age in the animated series, the Leku did grow longer. But what really lets it down is the placement of the crown piece. The print on that is just really badly placed, and they've actually done a really good job by putting it in the correct place on this one. You'll also notice that she has no arm printing, and the leg printing is just on the front, from the knee up. Still a lovely fig, but you can just see, comparing the two, how much they've gone to make sure this one is the star minifig of the entire set, of the entire series of sets. So, yeah. So I can see this being a very desirable fig. So for unique factors, obviously the rotation on this is quite unique to this ship. It's not unique to this set because obviously there was the previous ship beforehand. This is a completely unique set of minifig. I mean, they're unique figures in these sets regardless, but you know, we've had other Ahsokas, but this Ahsoka, as I've said, is the best Ahsoka we've had. So I'm going to give it a I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 again on unique features, I think. Yeah. And it dipped in playability because of the size of it, but actually on the actual uniqueness of it, I think, yeah, we'll give it a solid 4 out of 5. Now for the MAD-FAB Factor, which is my own little spin on things. I think I'm not too distressed by the underside of the wings. I know some people, as I've said, are. I like this. This is my first build. I've never done a T6 before. I didn't do the previous one. I like the colorway. I like the dark red and the grey. I say I've seen reviews of the old set, which was white and red. That's quite a contrast. If you look at the TV show, in certain ways, it's kind of a very, very pale grey. So I think it's a paler grey than this. So could be considered white. I know in the animated show it was white and red. But I'm happy with the light bluish grey and the darker red paneling. I think that's quite nice. As I say, there's not very many stickers. That's also is a nice feature. Particular placement on these. I like how I've placed these. I think I've done a really good job. So give myself a point for that. Yeah. I will also give it a 4 out of 5. Yeah. Love the figs. So this is a good contender. So let me just try to remember what I've given across the board. So for price, it got 5 out of 5 for the build. I think I gave it a... Did I give it a 3? Did I give it a 4? I think playability I gave it a 3. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5 for the... I'll have to have a look. I can't remember. Maybe 3. Unique features was 4 and I gave it a 4. So that's 4, 8, 12, 15. So this is 20 out of 25 so far. If all my scores are correct. So this is beating out the previous set by 1 point. So let's find out if the Ghost and Phantom 2 set is going to be the overall winner or not. Whether it can beat 20 out of 25 points. Let's move right along. And now we're on to the final set from the Ahsoka series that got released on September 1st. This is set number 75357 and is the Ghost and Phantom 2, as if it needs an introduction. It retails at £149.99. It contains 1,394 pieces, so the biggest of our sets. And it has 5 minifigs. Those figs being First Officer Hawkins, Lieutenant Beta, General Hera Syndulla, Jason Syndulla, and everyone's favourite grumpy droid, Chopper. Love Chopper. So, what has to be pointed out right off the bat is Jason Syndulla has green hair. He had green hair in the animated series and he has green hair in the live action series. People are speculating as to why Lego has done brown hair, and some of it was based on the fact they think that Disney was being secretive and didn't let them know because they didn't want it leaked. My argument is if they know the character name, then based on the animation, then they should have known that the character's hair was green. So who knows? But maybe we'll get another version or another run on Jason with green hair. We'll see. Who knows? But yeah. Anyway, moving away from that, let's talk about pricing. So, when you take the price of this set, which is the highest price set for the largest set, it actually works out to be 11 pence per piece, which is the same as the lowest price set, which was also 11 pence per piece. So you're kind of getting an equal bang for your buck. The one difference being is that obviously you get 5 minifigs in this set compared to the 4 minifigs in that set. Then again, if you want to compare minifigs, the minifigs in that set are all what you would probably consider main characters, whereas the minifigs in this set, you'd definitely consider Hera and Chopper as mains. Jason, we've seen a bit of. I think we've seen Lieutenant Beta in one scene, maybe two, on the New Republic Home 1, is it? I think they call it. The capital ship. And I don't know if we've actually seen First Officer Hawkins yet. So, again, might come into it a bit later and become very important characters. Who knows? But regardless. So, just going off the pricing, it's 11 pence per piece. You do get an iconic ship. I mean, for nostalgia reasons alone, this ship is beautiful and I love it. So, and it is a big set, and you are getting 11p per piece, which is the same as the smallest one, and that got 5 out of 5. But then it might be beyond some people's price range. Because of it being slightly high, I might have to give it a 4 out of 5 on price. Just because I think that it is maybe just beyond a few people's price range for the Ahsoka sets. So, even though it does have a few. I think if it had all main figs, it'd easily be a 5 out of 5. But yeah, I still think it's an absolute must-buy for any Rebels fan, by the way. So, you know, because Ahsoka wasn't in Rebels as much, you know, Hera all the time, Chopper all the time. If they had Zeb in it, oh my god, like hands down, this would be an ultimate must buy. Like, but it doesn't. We might still see Zeb. We don't know. Anyway, yeah. So as it is, 4 out of 5 on price. So let me just make a note of that. 4, so I don't forget. Right, going into the build. This, because it is the largest set, does have a lot of Technic. It is a typical Star Wars ship set where you build a frame with Technic pieces and then brick build on top of that. So for anyone, I mean, the Technic isn't too daunting, but some people are just put off by a bit of Technic. I don't mind it. It doesn't bother me. So yeah, I think it is a very interesting build. Again, it's similar to some other Star Wars builds. You build up some of the core in the middle, support structures, and then all of these edgy pieces are paneling, which are then angled to give it this unique shape, which is gorgeous, by the way. I love it. You start the build actually with the Phantom, so let's take the Phantom off. Come on. You're always so gentle when you first build a set. So, okay. So the Phantom is a really nice little build. A couple of people said online from reviews I've seen previous to now, so they do wish it was a little bit bigger, but to be honest, I mean, for the size and scale of this ship, I think it's absolutely fine. You can fit a fig in there. It's great. It's got a little compartment at the back. Put some bits and pieces in there. Some bits and pieces in there anyway. Sticker elements, I think, add to it. Love the colours. The colours on this set, gorgeous. I love it. I love this sand blue, sand green. I think that's what they're called. I don't know all the technical names for all the colours, but these are lovely. And the yellows and the reds. The colours on this set are brilliant. Like, it's Star Wars and it's not all grey, so it's a great. So, in fact, across all three, there's not too much grey. There's grey in Shin's fighter, and there's a fair amount of grey in the T6. Maybe that's why they made it grey instead of white, because otherwise you'd have the Ghost white, the T6 as white, and the E-Wing as white. So it'd be a lot of white ships. Who knows? But yeah, pops of colour on this is brilliant. The stickers on this set are all printed on a transparent sticker sheet. So it's colour on transparent, like film. So you're not going to see any differentiation between the printed grey and the grey of the background or that kind of thing. So yeah, so that's a nice touch. I do like that when they when you put colour on clear, and it just means you're not gonna get any slight colour variation. So that's a nice touch. Yeah, so there are quite a few stickers in this set, actually, a whole bunch of stickers. These window elements are stickers. That's a sticker. That's a print, actually. This piece. So the console piece there, that's a print. And I think it's the same print that might have been in the E-Wing. Potentially. Maybe. But apart from that, that's print. But these are stickers. There's a sticker on the back there. So there are quite a few stickers. So that's a sticker on the front as well. I almost fell asleep when I was putting the stickers on. I was so tired earlier. So yeah, stickers. Sticker placement, quite important. Well, not super important. I'd say with these ones, I want these to be on the edge of the piece. I don't want white showing, so I made sure I put these pieces on the edge. Obviously, that's supposed to be in the center. That's fine. That one again, I put the sticker at the back edge of the piece. Same with the windows. I tried to keep it as close to the edge as I can. But that's just me. Yeah, there are quite a few stickers. Let's keep you over here for now. So yeah, so you start the build. That's one bag that creates the Phantom, and then the other 12 bags in the set create the Ghost. So unlike the Fighters set, I mean, you do still get 2 ships technically, but it's not going to be an equal build if you wanted to do a like build party. So I'm going to start calling it now, build parties. So if you want, if you want to have a communal build on one set, then it's not really going to work out. It's going to be a bit lopsided. So yeah, that's a cute little build on its own. If that was that could potentially be sold as like a small set for itself for anyone who maybe couldn't afford the full one. I know on the previous one, I think they did the Ghost and they did the Phantom 2 as a separate piece, but I mean, I love the fact it comes as one, but yeah, maybe this exact build just sold on its own for anyone who maybe is priced out of getting the whole Ghost. Maybe we just like, maybe if Jason becomes something in the series, maybe Jason could come in with that or something. I don't know. Who knows? I think previously as well, Chopper could go in the old Phantom. Obviously, it doesn't go on this. I know this Phantom is scaled down compared to the old one, but yeah, like I say, I'd never had the old one, so I can only really comment on this build. What I like is that this whole section is built separately as well, so this whole section comes off, fully opens up. You've got this piece that opens up, you've got the front dome that opens up. This whole front section can then actually pull away. So yeah, the build on this is quite fun. I do enjoy it. You've got doors, panels all over the shop. You've got lots of different building techniques, which actually keeps it quite enjoyable. So yeah, so build technique. I think build on this is going to be 5 out of 5, just because simply it is fun. And I love, by the way, I love the color of these pieces. Some people might complain that it's not the same as the typical transparent blues that we've had for previous sets for the jets, but this is a gorgeous color. It's a blue. It's a lovely blue as well, but it's actually got like a glittery effect in it, and it's so nice. Like, you have to see it in person. It's a really nice trans color. So yeah, I really like them. I was oohing at those when I saw them. I was ooh. So that was nice. Oh, this dome pops up as well. You can put a little figure in there as well. Stand little figure in there. Yeah, the build on this, brilliant. Engaging. Fun. Slight repetition on the panels, as you would normally get, like with the wings on the other sets. Once you do one, you then kind of mirror it to do the other side, but as we say, it's kind of expected on these kind of builds. That sticker's slightly off. Yeah. But I love the shape. I think the shape of the ship at the end of it is great. One downside, I will say, landing gear. That's it. 3 stubs on the bottom that just sit there. That could have been something else. That could have been some of the folds or moves, or, you know, we've had landing gear now on 2 pieces which kind of come out the way-ish kind of thing. On this, no. Just 3 pillars stuck on. So, yeah. Again, I'm not really going to be swooshing it around, but it's a display piece for me, and it's a gorgeous one at that. But yeah, so yeah, 5 out of 5 for the build. So let's make a mark of that. I really enjoyed it. Playability. So yeah, so you get 2 ships, so that's a good thing. Again, multiple children, multiple playing ships, flying, chasing each other, shooting things. That's a great playability feature. On this one, we have an automatic missile launcher. So that's quite fun. Yeah, you move this from left to right, and then the sliding mechanism underneath. Oh, let me show you. It does say don't tip this up, so be careful when tipping this up. So if you move these, you'll notice that this piece moves, and then these bricks, they just activate the spring-loaded missile launchers to shoot the missiles. Really nice feature. I have seen somewhere else where there's been a mechanism which will fire these, so it's not completely unique to this set, having something else fire these kind of spring-loaded missiles, but yeah. But it's a nice place feature in this set. I will say it's probably not as... It's great. It's alright for picking up and holding, and you can play with it somewhat. But I do think that these panels, because even when building, I actually knocked one of these panels off because they're only held in by a couple of pins. They just pop right out. So I do think the panels will probably come off at some point. Quite easy to put back on, but if you've got kids playing with this, yeah, if they're running around chasing each other, like gripping this part, I can see pieces moving, falling off, potentially with rough play. I think, yeah, it's like the Millennium Falcon playsets. The tops of those, I think, if you were too rough with them, they slide, they move, they can fall off. I think this is the same. So probably more aimed at slightly older children to play with. Yeah. Oh, what I will say, sorry, on the build, even though I give it a 5, this sticker is tricky. You want to try and make sure you get it dead center, and then you have to put it down. This is a sticker piece that's printed, but this is a sticker piece. And then also, let me remove the cockpit, because there is a very tricky sticker in here as well. These are stickers as well. These are fine, but inside here, I hope you can see. Inside here, this one and this one, that is a 90-degree angle piece, angle tile, I don't know what you call it. And that is one long thin sticker that you do twice up. There's no top and bottom to it. It is the same either way up, so you don't have to worry about orientation, but it can be quite hard to try and get it in, particularly because it's on that angle piece there. So again, I used the brick separator applicator, and I did very gently place it down and made sure it was in position before pressing it down. And it went down quite well for myself, but just I do think that would be quite difficult. So that if you do have children building this set, that would be a sticker that they might need help putting on, along with the sticker for the canopy for this windshield. Is it windshield if it's in space? There's no wind. Yeah. Apart from that, I think most of the other stickers are fine. There is quite a few. So, but still, build 5 out of 5. Oh, I've gone and dislocated nothing. Right, playability. Yeah, so this whole top comes out. You've got a dome. Oh, come on. Open up. There we go. Dome here. You can place a figure here. So that's fun. you've got room for a figure to be here as well as placing a fig, most likely Hera, down to drive the ship. There is some space internally, so there is room for all your figs. So it's the first set where you can put all the figs in the set. So that's a bonus, I think, for this set. Somebody was saying that they wish there was more space inside. I mean, how much space can you really get unless you make the ship a lot bigger and then therefore a lot more expensive? It's already the biggest set in the series so far. So, however, a UCS Ghost, I would buy. I'm not going to lie. That would be amazing. So yeah, all the figs can fit in here. All their accessories can fit in here. And you can have a fig there, a fig there, a fig there, a fig there. You can already put 4 figs there and then just have Chopper, hanging around. So yeah, quite nice amount of playable space in this. And as I say, these panels, if you do want to get a bit more access, these panels are just held in simply by one hinge. So you could just pull that out, get access to what you want, and then simply just clip it back in place, which also makes them slightly more fragile, but it's quite easy to take off and put back together. So there, I've pretty much covered all the points I think I wanted to cover for playability. What I will say about this set over the other two is that because you can open this up, because you have doors on the side and multiple areas to place characters, I actually think this could be used more as a playset than just a vehicle. So I actually think that adds to the playability of this set compared to the others. As say, you could set up little scenes in here. I could see kids with this off, playing with the characters. Oh, to be a kid again. Yeah, literally playing out scenes in the ship, which you can't do with the other sets. So I actually think for playability, that actually pushes this up. So I think on playability, this is the first playability one, which is going to be, I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5. I think the other two were 3s on the playability. Yeah. So I'm going to give this one a 4 out of 5 on playability, just because I think because it's an open set, you can actually do more with it. And if you want to have an open set and have a vehicle to play, to swoosh, you've got that. So yeah. So that's a 4 out of 5. Unique features for this set. So apart from the fact that it's the only one that actually has an open set that you can play in, which is unique to the series so far. So far, we don't know what else is coming. Other unique features, I mean, it's not unique in the fact it has 2 vehicles, because we've got that in another one. It is the only one with an auto firing function. So there's that. Other unique features, I think that's the only real unique feature, and apart from the fact that all the figs can fit inside the ship. So the fact that all the figs can fit in the ship, so you don't have to have them loose, is great. You've got 2 ships, which is great. You've got an open place. You can open it up and actually use it as a playset, which is unique to the series thus far. That's great. So, again, the characters are going to be unique. So far, we've got what I would consider 2 mains and then 3 side characters. Because, again, we don't know how much in the story these 3 are going to partake. So, I think for unique features, am I going to have to give it a 4 like all the others? I think I am. I think I have to give it a 4 on its unique feature playabilities. Playable, unique, I don't know, whatever. 4. 4. 5. 4. Right. So I just need to give it my own personal score. The MAD-FAB Factor. Right. What do I want to give it? I've already expressed how much I love this ship. I love Rebels. I even watched every single episode. Obviously, I'm a Star Wars fan. So I do consume a lot of Star Wars. I love the colours. I think the colours are so nice. I love the shape. I love the ship. I am going to have to give this a 5 just because the minute I heard that this was coming out, if I had to pick out of all 3, personally, and this is just for me, if I had to pick out of all 3 which one I wanted the most, it would be, ship-wise, it would be the Ghost. Character-wise, I would pick Ahsoka. Because I've watched Ahsoka all the way through Clone Wars and Rebels and now into the live-action series. So, if I were to pick a character, it would be Ahsoka. Very closely followed in second place by Chopper, I have to say. So, but vehicle-wise, the Ghost, I love seeing the Ghost. I loved seeing the Ghost in Episode 9. I know people hate Episode 9. Hate might be strong. I know people don't agree with Episode 9. But I thoroughly enjoyed seeing the Ghost in live action in Episode 9 turn up with the fleet, with the Armada at Exegol. I cheered when I saw it because I love that ship. And I also really liked seeing it. I think it was in Rogue One? I think it's one of the ships, you see the back end of it and it takes off before the Star Destroyer turns up. Darth Vader. Potentially. Okay, I think so. I think it did. But yeah, so I'm actually going to give this set a 5. The MAD-FAB Factor gives this set a 5 out of 5. So, I have to do some maths. So, that's 10, 18, 22. Okay, so the total for this set is 22 out of 25. Right. I am going to get set up to hand out the rankings. Okay, so let's award the rankings. In third position with the Carbonite ranking, we have set 75364, the New Republic E-Wing and Shin Hati's Starfighter. It got a total score of 19 out of 25. Well done. Respectable score. Right. pipping it to second place with just 1 point with 20 out of 25. We have set 75362, Ahsoka Tano's T6 Jedi Shuttle, and they receive the Beskar Armour ranking. Yay! Which means our top ranking set and the winner of the Kyber tier ranking is set 75357, the Ghost and Phantom 2. Woo! So, there we have it. Those are just my rankings, those are my opinions on these three sets. I do think, however, regardless of what I've ranked them as, I think any of these three sets are a wonderful purchase. They definitely come with some great minifigs, all displayed here on this stand. They are, to be honest, excellent purchases at this time. And yeah, I think any Star Wars fan, any Rebels fan, any Clone Wars fan would love any of these sets. Ooh, I almost sent him flying, literally. So, yeah. So there we have it. Those are my rankings for these sets. I really hope you've enjoyed this. It has been a very long day for myself. If you've enjoyed this whole review and ranking video, then please like the video, subscribe, please comment, share. Comment if you disagree with my rankings of these sets. Comment if you agree. Comment just with a smiley face. Who knows? Any interaction with the channel helps just grow the channel and get it out to more of you Lego lovelies out there who enjoy everything Lego. Not just Star Wars Lego, all Lego. So, thank you very much for watching. I hope to catch you all very soon. I am going to go to bed. So, today is the first time I'd rather not build Lego. I'd rather go to sleep. Good night.